What is going on, everybody? It's me again, Bleaves, and guess what? We've got a new version. I'm going to show it to you. It's a brand new version of Skyrim that we are going to try out. It's called Novice Awakening. So we're going to play that. We're going to talk about crypto and what's going on in the market. Let's get into it. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in if you're interested in this type of content, and we'll continue to provide it. So I'm going to turn the sound on, everything like that. This required me to put a new installer in. Normally I would use SKSE64 to launch, stuff like that, but Novus has its own launcher, so we're going to look at it. We're going to get a comparison of what this what's supposed to be really cool visual and graphical setup. Supposed to be turning Skyrim into a next-gen video game, so we'll see whether it works or not, but we're going to load that in. I don't know how long some of this stuff is going to take for loading, so or if we can even load. There's something written down there at the bottom of the page, and I can't see what it is. We can't continue because we have none of that, but let's do that. We're going to hit enter. I assume that's going to load us in. So now we're loading into basically a brand new game. So, you know, let's see if this is any good. I mean, if it's good, then we just hit the mother load, and if it's not, then oh well. All right, so we're gonna set ourselves up here. It definitely looks a lot different. So let's do some presets here. Let's go with. Oh, we don't have Mohawk. Okay, so we don't have Mohawks here. What is going on? All right, so we're gonna need to find a Mohawk of some sort. Oh my God. 460 different hairstyles. You know what? That's close enough, right? That's kind of close. All right, so we'll do that one. We'll do hair color. There we go. I'm going to save that. What race? So the options are going to be Redguard, Orc, Nordic, Khajiit. You know, let's just do Khajiit. Let's do some presets here and just turn into something ridiculous. There we go. Works for me. Alright, so let's get right there. Height, we don't... do we want to be a little bit taller? Or do we want to be a little bit shorter? Let's just do 1 point... Let's make him large. We'll make him pretty big here. Alright, now we'll just... I don't know, hit enter, maybe? No presets. We got all the sliders. Alright, so now the question is, how do we... So this thing seems to be... like maybe I've got the screen size wrong or something like that. Like, doesn't it feel like... that seems a little weird here. Let's... I'm hitting spacebar. I'm hitting... you know, whatever I need to hit here in order to finish this thing up, and it's not naturally finishing, so and I can't. Here we go. Let's. All right, so that kind of fit it to the screen a little bit better, but I think what we need here is we need to look at the mod organizer and see what our tools are. And what are the settings here? Theme, mod list. Alright, so okay. Size. Screen size is what we're looking for here. Instances, run. Behavior engine. Tools? Nope. Alright, so profile is Novice Awakening. All right, so I don't see. We're going to exit. All right, we're going to have to exit here because it looks like I can move it around, does stuff, but I have no idea. All right, so Control adds lighting sources to it, and Alt zooms, Shift. We don't have any unlocks here. So I feel like down here at the bottom of the screen somewhere, there's got to be some kind of confirmation or something like that that just doesn't show up on this screen. So I wonder if it's in too high a resolution. So we're going to start with Skyrim. We're going to end this task. We're going to manage. No. All right. So we're going to launch the normal version. We're going to go into options here. We're going to go into resolution. Resolution says that we're fine. Best quality. Let's try windowed borderless and see if that doesn't fix anything right there. But we're going to hit play. Anyway, we were just going to try this one out, see what happens here. Now, the market, by the way, as we're doing this, market is down $55 billion on the day to 2.32 trillion market cap. You can see the last three candles there. We haven't yet recovered back to the dump from 2 days ago, which ended up being a little bit over $300 billion in a single day. Clawed back, I want to say, about $230 billion at the close of yesterday as everything was collapsing around us. We had a massive rally, but the massive rally was not bigger than the dump that we had the time before that. So now, just in case here, because again, the size of this looks kind of weird here. I don't know if we mod categories, themes, mod list, path, nexus, plugins, okay, workarounds, okay, diagnostics. All right, so we're just going to assume that that's okay now, that maybe we screwed that up. We're going to launch this thing one more time, see what happens. That screen sure looked a little bit like it was just coming out too big or something like that. So I think after you do that, by the way, when you unlock, you have to unlock this thing twice in order to get it to launch, which is a little bit weird to me anyway. There we go, Novus Awakening. And we are launching it one more time. Nonetheless, down $51 billion on the day. What do we got here? Tom Collide says Bitcoin to 30,000. I mean, listen, anything's possible at this point. There's actually some news about it. You know what? Let's talk about this. Van Eck issued a statement right now about why. This is Matthew Siegel. He's the head of digital assets at Van Eck, and he said that Bitcoin price has fallen by approximately 19%, dropping to the mid 60,000 range. Is due not to a single large liquidation wave, but rather to the rapid unwinding of historically high levels of leveraged positions. That's the part that nobody seems to acknowledge, that nobody really wants to talk about, is that we are, so many people were trapped at the bottom. So many people were feeling like leverage was going to get them their money back. And I think that's despair. And by the way, that is the end of a bull run signal there when you have this massive amount of leverage positions. And the fact that it was so easy for them to wipe this out. The size of open interest in Bitcoin futures has shrunk by more than 20% in just a few days, falling from 61 billion to 49 billion. He noted that open interest had exceeded 90 billion at the beginning of October, stated that the total leverage in the market had decreased by more than 45% compared to its peak. So, your 10x's are now 5x's because people are scared, which is why the leverage positions are falling. And really, it's kind of difference between 5x and 3x because people are starting to get concerned. It's reported that a total of 3.4 billion worth of liquidations have occurred in the markets this week, with 2.25 of that coming from Bitcoin. significant, but not a peak panic liquidation. He stated that the selling pressure was not solely due to the unwinding of leverage, but also that the weakening of the AI theme negatively impacted risk appetite. He noted that investors were beginning to question the sustainability of large-scale infrastructure spending and data center investments. And what that means is, so they were unwinding their investments based on the AI narrative that we were going to see some kind of, just absolute overvaluation of AI. Well, the market allegedly right now is noting that they think that AI is overvalued. Look no further than, remember, a couple days ago, Google announced a $144 billion investment into AI infrastructure, and Google prices started to come down. And then Amazon and Apple, I think, did the same thing, talking about their investment in AI. And once they started talking about investing in AI, and not just investing in AI, but in the sustainability of it long term, and it's going to cost them in the hundreds of billions of dollar ranges. For that, now we're seeing a dip there. So the valuation seems to be a little bit off. We've lost the shine of AI. That shine of AI apparently was really propping up cryptocurrency. Siegel noted that the situation is creating secondary pressure on Bitcoin miners who are trying to convert their facilities for AI and high-performance computing, adding that due to tightening fund condition and weakness in the Bitcoin price, some miners have been forced to sell on the spot market to strengthen their balance sheet. He also stated that transparency issues in the crypto ecosystem are being discussed again. He specifically mentioned that news regarding ownership changes at World Liberty Finance, owned by the Trump family, has brought the need for regulation back to the forefront. He argued that the Clarity Act, currently under discussion in the U.S., could reduce uncertainty by introducing standard reporting and transparency obligations. He noted that Bitcoin is approaching a drop of approximately 50% from its peak to its trough, but pointed out that the volatility experienced is lower compared to past bear markets. He reminded that the 90-day volatility is around 38, while in 2022 it exceeded 70%. You guys remember we were talking about this before. It only took 30 days for Bitcoin to drop 45% at the beginning of 2021, and at the end of 2021 it took 45 days. This took 115 days for us to get the same level of dump. So this is happening in a very quick cycle. The last time, in this cycle, it's being propped up a lot more, meaning that we might not see it go down as much because it's taking longer for market manipulators to manipulate the market, and then the upside momentum might get a little better or something. I don't know. By the way, trying to get this thing running right now, and it doesn't want to run. So we're going to close that out. We're going to close this out. We're going to close everything up right there. We're going to task manage, make sure that we don't have anything running here that would interfere. There's nothing here that would interfere. Now we're going to run that back one more time. Novish dashboard, awakening, photorealistic, allegedly. And let's see how that goes. When I ran it the first time, it took a pretty long time to get started, which was a weird sort of circumstance. Like, it was kind of weird. I'd never seen it, take so long to load in. Let's get in chat scene here. As soon as the Fed got involved, everything went to shit, according to Tom Kaline. I was able to buy 20K more dev at this price. If you want a 10 to 30x, got to get into the pre-sale cryptos. 20x more tokens, not 20,000 worth. I don't care what anybody says. I just need a damn time machine. Yeah, well, we all need a time machine. If we could go back in time, I think we'd all invest just a little bit differently than what we were doing before. That definitely checks out. So let's see what happens here. I wonder if I'm supposed to run like a... I wonder if I'm supposed to run the instance here like I'm a admin or something like that. Keybinds, instances. No, we don't want that. We just want to be able to run. Yeah, maybe we can't. Like, I installed it. I got everything going. And we got this is a 12th generation i9. So it's the 8 core. It's exactly what you need. And then my video card is NVIDIA 4060. So this thing should run it with no problems or no concerns or no issues. So, oh, you know what? DPI is 125%. That's why I think it wasn't fitting on the screen, maybe? Add a desktop shortcut. So I'm looking there. I see Skyrim running right there. But it's only running at 435. So let's close that. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe it was already one of those trapped instances of it running. Checking for updates. Oh, there it was. That was it. Whatever that instance was preventing it from all running. It's the DPI. I feel like the DPI is all messed up here. I wonder if that's the display. So we'll do this display right here, and we'll do our lower scaling here. We'll minimize that down to 100. We'll close that out, make sure that that works right. Now let's try that one more time, see if that's DPI 100 down there at the bottom. Okay, so now let's see if it doesn't run a little bit better. Maybe I have my scaling all messed up, you know, that you have to do only 100. Otherwise, it takes, what do you call that? Otherwise, it takes your screen resolution and the DPI, it converts it for some reason into the game and turns the game into 125% bigger than it's supposed to be, or something dumb like that. So let's give it a second to run here and then get back over here. Siegel noted that the 4-year cycle is still an important point of reference in investor psychology, reminding that historically, the average time from peak to trough is approximately 384 days. However, he said this process does not usually progress linearly, and strong rebound rallies can be seen in the intervening periods. According to Siegel, late-stage stress signals are beginning to emerge in derivative markets. The fact that Ethereum and Solana perpetual funding rates have turned negative on many platforms stands out as an indicator that coincides with historically short-term lows. While Bitcoin funding remains slightly positive, they are reportedly under pressure compared to historical averages, indicating a balanced long-term positioning pattern. A balanced long-short positioning pattern. He also noted that momentum indicators like the RSI continue to fall below 21, entering the oversold region, and stated that such levels have historically signaled stabilization and rebound rallies. So, despite all the negative headlines, Siegel stated that the current pullback could offer opportunities for long-term investments, and also commented on his own position. For me, this scale of decline and leverage clearing is becoming increasingly attractive for increasing positions in a 1 or 2 year perspective rather than short-term timing. I added spot Bitcoin today. So he is buying the dip, if you will. Which sounds, I mean, that's impressive. What you want to see is you want to see, these guys who are conviction bros. You want to see them showing you some conviction in their plays. I mean, that's 100% what we're looking to see out of this market. So another one that came up while we were on that subject was, this is crazy, by the way. So for clarity, this is Ethereum. It's not Bitcoin, but trend research. According to the data, this is actually going to get a little bit nuts here. According to the data, Trend Research withdrew a total of 792,000 ETH, 2.59 billion, from Binance at an average price of 3,267. However, they later reinvested 772 ETH back into Binance at an average price of 23.26. So the fund that had 792,000 Ethereum now only has 21,000. And according to statistics, they lost $734 million paper handing that investment. Looking at the detail, two major trading cycles stand out for the fund. In the first, Trend Research opened a long position at 26.67, closing it at an average price of 4,000, making a profit of 315 million. However, it reversed on the second and larger position. They opened a long position of 651,000 at 31.80 and closed it at 2,053, resulting in a loss of 734 million. So their total loss somewhere in the neighborhood of $419 million. Trend Research reported significant losses. The fund did not experience a net loss overall. Allegedly, although the fund gave back a significant portion of its previous profit gains in other crypto assets that offset the Ethereum loss. Specifically, World Liberty Financial and Form transactions were said to have been very profitable, and these profits compensated for the Ethereum loss. So they hedged a little bit and ended up winning just a bit. So, all right, we got the game loaded again, and we're going to give that a shot here. There it is. So the problem was the 125% that I had on dots on my screen. I have my screen set to 2560 by 1440, so I've got 1440p resolution here. But I set it to 125 dots per inch to increase the size of the fonts, and that's what we've been looking for right there. That's exactly what it was. All right, so we're going to go Khajiit, and we're going to randomize. Remember, we're randomizing the body. We don't really care. We're going to take this guy right here. We're going to done it right there. Is this who you want? Is this who I want to be? Yes. So prisoner, we're going to name it Believes, just in case it comes up on the screen. That way people will know. So there we go. Now, here we are. There's our wardrobe. Look, by the way, I don't know how good or bad this is going to be. All right. Controls. We're going to want some settings here. Gameplay sensitivity right there. We're going to increase that sensitivity quite a bit. All right, that feels a little bit better. Now,
destiny calls you. Go to it.
That's Parthenax. Okay, so now you get to choose what your fate is. You're a vampire, Thalmor, warlock, pilgrim, shrine, beggar, alternate perspective, new beginnings. We're going to be overseas. My own home. Let's do my own home. We want a home in solitude. Now, once we get that, I think we go over here to the bed and we sleep. Is that right? Nope.
Destiny.
All right, my own home. We want it to be in solitude.
Speak and
There's a randomizer right there. Let's see what happens there. There's no way out of here, so it has to be that you have to sleep in the bed in order to, because that's the way that it works. Oh, wait, there is a door right there. Son of a bitch. All right, so let's try that one more time. I'm going to go my own home. It's going to be in solitude. And then we're going to walk through the door. And there we go. And now we are on it. So now I think that I own Proud Spire Manor. So I think when we wake up here, we're going to be inside Proud Spire Manor. This looks like Proud Spire. But if it is, then upstairs is a bedroom right here. And this is it. Yeah, it is Proud Spire. So, all right, normally there was stuff here for you to use. So, all right. Nonetheless, that gives us exactly what we need, which is reference there. So now let's go see. This is what the new Skyrim is looking like. This is supposedly this is next gen graphics, next gen resolution, next gen everything. So Might take a few moments to load on each one of these screens. I'm not sure how good, bad, or indifferent this is, but you know. Some believe that imps are artificial beings. To the Bretons, bone dar. Oh well, guess not. All right, so here is. You may choose to follow a deity. You follow a different deity and activate the. All right, so who are we going to follow? We're not going to follow Shigorath. Forget that. Move faster in combat. Okay, well this is not playable. Alright, well, I tried here, but this is not even close to playable. Really beautiful. Really is. Here's the Dragonborn Gallery. Well, we tried this one, but this is just not going to be playable at all. We'll pop this open. We'll go inside and see.
I'm sorry, can I help you? The museum is currently closed until further... Well, you...
Is there something I can do? And he's going to give you 3 quests.
At retrieving. Excellent. Well, they have become in another eye. It's likely. And lastly, the caravan.
I've already seen this before, so I'm skipping through so that we know, what's going on. I like the lighting here. I like everything here, and it runs inside here, so it's crazy. This is an i9, either 11th or 12th gen, and then an NVIDIA 4060. So the outside is eating it up. Like, man, not going to be even fun to play. Let's see what the map looks like over here. We got Solitude, Dragonborn. Let's zoom out a little bit. Sea of Ghosts. Like, this is a little bit different than we've seen before here. All right, so haven't discovered this. Do we want to? All right. Nope. All right, now we're going to have to look at this and the display. Depth of field is going to be fine. General subtitles, we're going to keep that on right now. We don't want the fade, but man, oh man, oh man.
Milady, I'm pleased to inform you that you have a new gown for court, specially tailored by.
Well, we certainly can't play this way.
Really? How did we afford that?
Let's see what happens if we give it a moment to kind of load in, and maybe we'll just assume that. Yeah, there's a lot of stutter here. So, Solitude Hall of the Dead discovered, which, by the way, was not a waypoint before. So, the fact that it is now is kind of neat. But let's zoom out too and see ourselves. This is the first time I've stuttered in a game. This is literally the first time I've stuttered in a game. That guy's probably being... I'm going to cut this dude's head off over here.
You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed
So
his
we're
high king.
there.
Does she know now?
If we open this door... That's crazy. That's crazy. This is the first time... now I'm embarrassed. This is the first time that I've had anything in a game that didn't just run at a top level in my system. That is wild.
You see those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved swords.
Alright, so we're going to run fast. Yeah, it is just breaking up here. Something fierce. This guy would be the guy right there. Oh, wow. You know what? no matter what I'm saying here, the view is spectacular. Look at this. You can see everything. I mean, I guess now when you look at it from a polygon count, like, yeah, that probably makes perfect sense that running a little bit. You got shadows blowing up everywhere. You got the movement looks decent. The shadows are rendering pretty well. There's Solitude up on the hill. There's the Blue Palace. There's the Dragonborn Museum. Look at this. Over in the distance, you can even see, if you just take a second here, and I know it kind of sucks because it's not moving very quickly, but like you can actually see the smoke moving around in the mountains off in the distance. Like, that is a long way. That is a real long way to be seeing, like, mist and stuff like that rolling off. And I just saw my own screen just started to slow down while I'm talking because I'm moving. Like, that is crazy. I've rarely ever seen. I mean, it's certainly non-playable, so we definitely tried putting this in and going for it, but there is no way. So,
need a ride?
Yeah, I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Whiterun.
I don't do charity. No gold, no ride.
I don't have any gold. All right, so let's do this. We're going to do player, add item, F, 100,000. That gives us 100,000 gold.
That arrow. I hate archers.
But now the guy took off. Our driver took off. Son of a bitch. Like, really? If he was going to go somewhere, wouldn't it be like over here where he just like going to hang out maybe?
Yeah.
Heard any rumors? No.
All right then.
So where do you think this guy went? Son of a bitch. Stable. Like, it's really, you know, I know this is getting a kind of a pain in the ass, and we'll stop in just a second and we'll get back to the regular version, I guess, because this is just not going to work. But, like, man, this really is nice overall. Where do you think that guy ran to? His name was Thayer. If he's standing back over here, just hanging out, I'm going to be furious. Quintus, that's not him. That's not him.
Need a ride?
Oh, that's him.
I can take you to any of the hold capitals.
Like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Whiterun.
Climb and back and we'll be
Climb and back and we'll be off.
I can't wait here forever.
Well, didn't work out very well, to be honest with you. Like, I thought this was going to be just a nice setup. And, like, these screens right here, they're cute. There's nothing wrong with them. Like, they're, you know, just, I don't know. This is, woof. Woof. But now I'm curious to see what Whiterun looks like because, you know. Oh, it's ridiculously good.
It's true.
Like, man, oh man, oh man. Like, again, you can see, like, all the smoke moving on the mountains over here. All these familiar little areas, if you've ever played before, that is. All these familiar little areas are Crypto market's at 2.33 trillion right now, which means that we've clawed back a few bucks in the last little while since we were talking. It's beautiful, by the way. Like this, boy, this thing really is beautiful. There's the gates of Whiterun. Now we get to go in there, by the way, naturally or natively. So that's kind of nice. But if we get if we haven't started the quest, then we're kind of stuck. So let's read the quest description and talk to Metlara. All right, let's see what that is. Journal quests. Read the quest description and talk to Metlara. All right, so we're going to look at inventory. Ferry info. Even those are not ferry info. None of those are triggering combat. It's a decorating guide for Solitude. Alright, so we're going to F5 here because we want to save. Now we're going to quit and we're going to go back to desktop right there. Clearly, this is like untenable. So now we're going to have to configure settings and workarounds. Let it load there. Let's see if we can't simplify the graphics just a tiny bit here and make it a little easier to run. General, mod list, path, Nexus, plugins, workarounds. All right, workarounds. GUI, offline mode, custom browser, reset geometry. All right, I don't think we need to do all that. Let's see, we got Xedit, we got Novus right there, we've got configure settings, SKSE, yes, this, yes, virtual folder, you know, I did see something about page file, change page file, that's not what I want, yeah. Page file. How to change page file sign. Just want to look at this real quick and see what I need to do here. Select system. All right, so run page file .sys. Windows cannot open pagefile.sys. Okay. Windows 11. Click on the Start menu. Click on Settings. System. Navigate to About. Scroll down to Advanced System Settings. Advanced System Settings right here. Boom, 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 boom. Virtual memory. All right. So what is my total paging file right here? Minimum allowed is currently allocated is 33 gigabytes. Does that sound right? 33 gigabytes? Yeah, 33 gigabytes. So we got 33 gigabytes of memory devoted to the paging file, and it recommends 16. So we're gonna have to restart it all for that. But clearly, Novus Awakening stutter. All right. I experience stutters and minor freezes. I have a 3070 with 16 gigs and an AMD 8 core. Did you install it on SSD? Did you mess with the mods? I feel like you're missing some info. Turns out you need 32 gigs of RAM to run it decently. I have 64. Did you ever find a fix for that? Constantly stutters, pop-ins with mods. It should have loaded already and momentarily freezes during combat. Please help. This was 2 years ago. 13 known issues. If you're experiencing a workaround. There's the occasional second-long frame spike, which is annoying but bearable. Sometimes it never recovers and the game just locks up completely. CPU usage drops to 0. Get a solution to this. I have the exact same issue and I'm running entirely different hardware to yours, so this is 100% a mod pack issue. The odd stuttering, as you say, is tolerable, but the random lockups, not so much. Does anybody know where the save games are located? So it has nothing to do with save game. For reference, Ultra with Ultra lots with 1080p resolution require 12 gigabytes of RAM. If you're playing with a higher resolution, your 3080 may struggle. Okay, so fastest performance increase would be to lower your INI. So get there. Dashboard, manage. All right, so from dashboard, you're going to go manage. Instances, manage. This is a Novus Awakening tool, SE Edit. Manage instances. Okay, here we go. Manage instances. And then you go to settings. If you're planning on disabling city overhauls, you may be best served by Redux as it cuts out all the content for you. Is there a way I can get the Ultra? Not without extended effort, if you like. And I'm planning on playing the Ultra with Ultra LODs on 1080p. Okay, so let's open the INI. All right, so initial game file. Let's see if it Control F1440. Let's see if we find it anywhere. Nope. All right, so it doesn't load in at 2560 to 1440. All right, so that didn't do anything. Lowering your INI settings in the Novus dashboard. Okay, so dashboard, manage instance settings. Then you'll see the options in the bottom right. So dashboard, manage, bottom right. All right, game location, stock game base, boom, create new instance. We don't need to create new instance. I don't see any settings setting right there. So let's do tools, settings here. General. Mod list. Yeah, it just doesn't appear to be anything. It's just nothing. Like everything I look at really is not helping. Install mod. There we go. Check for updates. All right. Those are mods. This is mod stuff. This is mod stuff. This is mod stuff. Tools. All right. ESA INI editor. All right. There's an INI editor. Camera combat controls. Okay. Display. Here we go. We got the display right here. And the display says, huh. So the display gives me land fade, snow masks, no rim lighting. It gives me lifetime. It gives me a brightness boost of 0. It gives me a LOD range. I could probably redo the intensity and the ranges a little bit and probably get a little bit of back, but that doesn't seem like the right thing right there. All right, so let's close this, and then we'll close this, and then yeah, I really thought this sumbitch would work. just native out of the box. Like, why would there be any reason for it not to work exactly as I want it to work? So, all right, so we'll close that, and then boom, we're going to go back to the default Skyrim. We're going to launch that in Steam. We're going to go into options here. We are going to reduce this down to 1280 by 720. We're going to remove windowed mode. Now we're going to exit. Now we're going to try this one more time at a lower resolution and see how this looks when we play it. Like that, see if that caused it, because we were running it in, was it 3K? I mean, it's definitely 2K, but 1440 I feel like is 3K resolution and not 4K resolution. Like it's the lowest point or something like that. So we're going to run this real quick. Let's just see what happens when it loads in. Maybe it'll load in and it'll be fine. And then while we're doing that, we're down to $34 billion in outflow in the market right now. So looks like Bitcoin having a little bit of a move right there. I'm still running a 3080. If GTA 6 ever comes out, then I will buy a new card. Nice. And Roy G, it should have easily let me do that, and for whatever reason, it just didn't. Like it just didn't let me. I don't know what this body slide is right now, but I'm not interested in the body slide. I am just interested in launch this game and let's see if we can make it work. Right-click NVIDIA, tap on the bottom right of toolbar, select app, then optimize. All right, so let's get rid of BlueStacks here because we got that running in the background. All right, so Derek says pop into the NVIDIA app. Let's go see if there's a Novus Awakening. Bum, 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 bum. All right, all right, all right. Drivers. There's a new driver. I'm not worried about it. Library. Let's click on it. Let's optimize it. All right, game is optimized. Now, let's see what happens. It's really crazy. It's really crazy that this thing is not, like, it is not running. Let's build, I guess. This successfully processed the following files. So let's just build this. And I don't know why that keeps coming up. This is a body slide. This is for you to... I don't know what the fuck that's for. Could just be this whole thing sucks and it's just not going to work. Oh, so it's got body slide right there. Why does it have that? Run. I don't know what it's supposed to run here. Oh, shit. All right, let's just say it's Novus, and let's try that. See what happens there. Mod organizer is Novus. Okay, that didn't pop up the body slide thing, so maybe that means that it's going to work now. It looks like it's launching. Or at least it feels like it's launching. Here we go. If it pops up in the background in the next minute or so, or the next 2 minutes or something, then we'll be good to go. Let's move back over here real quick and look at the crypto market. Looks like it's down 25 billion. Starting to see positivity on a weekend, which is a little bit wild. I think so, anyway. So I just hit unlock over here again and see if Novus just like starts to, like, is Skyrim running in the background? I don't see, like, it's not. It's waiting on an application to close before exiting. Okay, mod organizer is waiting for an application to stop, and it turns out that it was Skyrim, again, running in that background. God damn it. Yep, there it is. All right, so end task. All right, now fingers crossed that I'm not an idiot and I did this the right way. All right, so down again, down $24 billion right now. Looks like money's getting clawed back. There's a couple things that we'll look at real quick here as we get it running. Bitcoin, obviously sitting right where, my profit got triggered on ICP. I end up making 110% gain on it, which was, obviously, 110% gain is always good. But it got triggered overnight. On the 15-minute chart here, last night when I went to sleep, I bought, by the way, down here at 220, somewhere not down here. I did not get that wick down at the bottom. Like I did not get this area, but I got this area right here. I got in at 222 or $2.22. So I ended up taking profit, which is a pretty good one, and it was 100%. And it was up here at 245. And I didn't go down there until right here. So I got triggered last night around midnight right there during that steep little dip. Like that's not the one, right? It's this one right here. So I got triggered for my take profit for right there on it. And now I'm just watching the charts. Like I haven't re-entered a trade. So, I'm kind of sitting. I saw this happen, but I was, this was while I was sleeping. When I woke up, it was up here, so I was like, I'm not entering that move right now. I did, when I saw it coming back down, I did say to myself, that actually would be a really good opportunity if I looked at this and I was, if you're honest with it and you do the pivot over here and you look at it from this context, it wicks down to the 786. Makes perfect sense that you would see some kind of big move right there, back towards the upside, coming up to the 236, back to 248, but it felt like that was also an opportunity for me to just get trapped. So I just, I'm going to sit on the sideline and see what's going on. If I do anything, maybe buy on spot or something like that. So preparing VFS. All right, so now we are trying to load the game one more time. Let's see what happens here. All right, boom, boom, boom. All right. Mod organizer is locked while the application is running. Skyrim SE. That's what we're looking for right now. Is what I want to see is that Skyrim SE loading in the back. If it doesn't load in the back, then, I tried. Is basically what I'm going to end up saying right there is I tried. I did everything I could to try to get this thing to run, but it sucks. And then if that's the case, oh, you know what, son of a bitch, I also, because everything is in Vortex, I bet that, a lot of this stuff is not going to run because it's dual overlapping in Vortex maybe even. So it's not popping on the screen though. So this is just too much. This is just too much. All right, so that didn't work at all. So, and I lost my... How do you lose... Here it goes. Just takes forever. Just takes forever. We're down $28 billion, by the way. Down a little bit more. One of the things I think is maybe this ENB series, the ENB shader, maybe I don't think that's the problem, because I don't think the lighting is the problem right now. I think there's just too much flora. You know what I mean? Like the view range is gigantic on this. Just all looks like it's just so... There's just too many objects rendering, too many polygons, obviously, which is wild. Again, I have a NVIDIA 4060. There's no way this thing should be stuttering. And the i9, it's 11th or 12th generation. Like, there's no reason. Just no reason for this thing. And 64 gigs of RAM. There's even if you just take it down to the RAM level, I've got a ton of RAM. I've got a ton of processing power. You know what I mean? Like, there's just absolutely no way that this thing should be playing as slowly as it plays right now. So, and look at this. It's taken forever just to load in. And it did not take this long, you know, when you're playing the regular game. So, but it looked pretty. You know what I mean? Like, at least it looked all cute and stuff. Weird, by the way, that you look up the top here and there's immersive equipment and stuff like that. Like, there's so much different stuff that just keeps loading and loading and loading and loading. Oh, by the way, 3,080 mods is what this is. There's 3,080 mods total on this thing. So I think that's a lot. Might just be too much. And some of it's fixes. So, you know, it's fixes to problems that the system might have, or, you know, something like that. So we got the music. And we're going to continue. And we're going to load in where we were the last time, just now. So we're going to load in right there. And we're going to see exactly what happens right here. Oh, anyway, so ICP, we're going to hold off on that one. Re-entering. I thought that there might be an opportunity for a run, that I might be able to scalp that or something like that. But, you know, just, I don't want to throw money away. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. All right, so now we're in a very low resolution here. So when this loads in, if it doesn't immediately improve dramatically, and it did not. We are yeah, I mean, it is photorealistic. Like, it's definitely photorealistic. Oh, and by the way, when you're loading in here and you're starting this and you're doing all these different quests on the trying to it's always, you know, of course you start at Riverwood after Helgen gets attacked, after Alduin shows up. You know, your bindings get released as you're about to get slaughtered and all of that. So then you have to go back to Riverwood to start your quest. But you actually have to go all the way back to Helgen if you're doing like me. And what it is, it's called New Beginnings. And in the New Beginnings thing, oh, and by the way, I may not even be able to protect myself. There's some wolves around this corner. Look at that house over there. That's one of your houses, by the way. I think at some point it becomes one of yours. And, like, I can't even turn the corner here. I have nothing here. Like, I am absolutely about to get jacked. I have no weapon. I have no armor. I am just getting eaten by dogs out here. Let's run and hope for the best. Sounds actually really good. You can hear the changes in the terrain and stuff like that. Here's Riverwood. So Riverwood looks great. I mean, like, the whole thing looks just amazing. It's 7:25 p.m. So let's go. We're going to wait to 9 a.m. So we're going to just let time go forward. See what it looks like when the sun comes up. Just kind of get an idea here. And after that, we're going to be... Yeah, I mean, this thing is really, really nice.
And if they do, go kill them. That's not much of a prank. Oh yeah? What would you rather do?
Now I'm stuck and can't run?
I've got some fresh cabbage.
was never going to die in bed anyway.
Now, there's Tended Flame outside. And just randos walking by. Read the description and talk to Matlara. More wolves coming. Dogs chasing cats. Just never changes. Never changes. Alright, so here we are. Oh, there's an Amulet of the Thief. Increases your stamina by 25 points. We'll take that. And you activate the Thief Stone. There we go. That's what it looks like on the water. That's what all of this stuff looks like. Like, this is pretty awesome. I mean, it's pretty awesome, really. Graphically speaking. Just can't imagine that it's so intensive that I can't even play. Like, that's crazy. Underwater looks pretty clean. Easy to see. Stuff like that. Also, like, right up here is where you can build your own house. Like, that's the first thing from the Hearthfire expansion. Up here, the Conjurer's Altar. After the Conjurer's Altar, which I hope she's dead, because otherwise I'm screwed. There is a spot right up here. Right here is where I build my house. There is some ore right over here. And then not Markarth, what is it called down here? Falkreath. And then run down here a little bit, we got Falkreath. And the trap right there. I don't remember who's trapping me right here. Just bandits, I think. Yeah, Pine Watch Bandit. And we are running. Like, boy, you're running super fast, if nothing else. Paragliding in Skyrim, which apparently is a thing. Alright. Investigate a body. There's Falkreath right here. We're just going to jump in. Alright. Grey Pine goods discovered. Alright, so can we jump out of here? Yes, we can. And here is Falkreath. Yeah, I mean, definitely beautiful everywhere. Definitely beautiful. Just... Alright, so the sun went down, and as soon as the sun went down, the game got way faster. Right over here is where the Dark Brotherhood is, by the way. I don't know if I'm going to stumble upon it, or if I'm going to pass it up, but I feel like I'm pointing like right in the direction of it. Yeah, there it is. Or at least I think this is where it's supposed to be. There you go. What is life, brother?
What is the music of life?
Silence, my brother. That's awesome. You cannot get in there because you don't know the password, which is silence, my brother. So you can't get in there without without actually tripping a quest to start it. That's actually pretty cool. Also, Lod, the dog, should be around here somewhere. I think I have to go talk to Arvis. That was the blacksmith back there. I think we gotta talk to him. And then he says, hey, have you seen my dog? Or this guy right here at the gate says, hey, have you seen a dog running around? Go talk to this idiot. And that idiot is right here. Oh, his name is Lod. The dog, I don't know what the dog's name is.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengear first, and the Empire second. See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
Well, we'll go back to the desktop here because there's absolutely no way that that's gonna not gonna work. You need WoW. Update your card. If it's a new game, it might need it. You know what? It's not a new game. It's just a mod that's it's 3,080 mods for Skyrim. I mean, that's, you know, that's all it is. So what we're gonna do though is we're gonna just call that no way, and we're gonna go down to Nolvis here. See if we've got anything. Is there anything for Nolvis? There's nothing for Nolvis. So we're going to go in. Oh, you know what? That does mean we're going to go here. We're going to delete. And we don't really need it. You had to put it in this folder right here. So now, I wonder what the size of this folder is. The size of this folder is 300 gigabytes. Okay, so all the mods went into here. So we can just delete that. Boom. All right, so yeah, that's just, I guess it's really just too many mods. Because like right now, if you look at it, as we're deleting, 268 gigabytes, 300 gigabytes. As it's working its way through deleting all these files, 320 gigabytes, 340 gigabytes. Yeah, so it must have just downloaded an enormous amount and unpacked an enormous amount of mods. And 440, 470, 500 gigabytes. I think this was just insane. This was just an insane amount of mods that just 420 gigabytes worth of mods that were loading into that just for one game. That is absolute insanity. And it says, how much time is remaining on deleting this file? 24 minutes. Jesus Christ. Check this shit out. Just deleting this file says it takes about 24 minutes. Now, it's not. It's going a lot faster than that. But that is a lot of mods. That is an enormous amount. So we're going to get rid of that because there's just clearly no way. Like, that's ridiculous. I took a shot. We took a shot. And, you know, forget that. Like, just too much. So, let's see how this thing plays out here. So, we took a shot at it. Didn't work. 6 minutes to delete. So, as that deletes, let's get back to right here. So, we're down 37 billion. Next up is Ethereum. Let's pop in Ethereum here and see what it looks like. It's going to be slow for a second as it's unwinding like this entire inventory that I apparently just unbelievably downloaded. All right, so Ethereum is up again for 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 15-minute. That's not the daily. All right, so on the daily, oh my God, please, you idiot. All right, so Ethereum not recovered at all. Still not feeling that recovery, by the way. Wanted to see it come up into a range in which we had some comfortable trading, and it did not make it all the way up there. And because it didn't make it all the way up there, price is still going to be an issue. By the way, this price is the thing that's keeping down just a ton of this other stuff. Like it's, you know, it's not just this. Like it's not just, what do you call it? It's not just Ethereum. Solana didn't break back above. XRP didn't break back above. So we're still bearish, I think, overall. Link didn't break back above. Tau, not even close. ICP recovery, not even close. Well, you know what? It's close, but, you know, it's wicking off of the bottom of the range. Avalanche, Trump didn't even bother. Like, it absolutely collapsed, and it's just staying down. Near Protocol did not break above. Ondo didn't break above. Pendle didn't break above. Swede didn't break above. Dev didn't break at all. Definity broke back into its range. Actually, Definity looks like it might be ready for a breakout. That's a pretty good recovery. A very rapid recovery for Definity. Now remember, Definity is paired with Ethereum. So if Ethereum pumps super hard, if we get a lot of movement out of Ethereum, then of course by rights we're going to get a lot of movement, or should get a lot of movement out of Dev, out of DEFX and stuff like that. And I'm going to make a video, by the way, on Definity today, just to give you guys some clarity. What I had was an idea that what I want to do is I would like to, I'm going to make a Cardano video, and I'm going to call it like this gem, this hidden gem is available and you don't even know it yet. You know what I mean? It's going to be, and I'm going to tag ADA, I'm going to tag Night, and then I'm going to talk about how Cardano is the grandfather of an entire ecosystem that includes the Night chain, Midnight, which is your privacy-induced blockchain, all created by Charles Hoskinson. But there's one crypto that's missing from this equation. I'm going to show you what it is, and then I'm going to point out DEFX. And if it gets a few hundred views, if it gets a few people paying attention, then, you know, you might be able to see people saying, well, is that true? And then you see people start to investigate Bloomsbury money. And then maybe you start to see some investment into DEFX. Now, before I do that, I'm going to talk to who I need to talk to make sure that it's okay to do. Because, you know, like I'm going to be kind of spilling the beans, I think, on something that I think should have been public, but for some reason is not public. Okay, so we have now deleted the file. All right, so that's done. All right, so I guess now what we need to look for is we're going to pop this over here, and then we're going to look for Legacy of the Dragonborn. And now we're going to look like the last time it was updated, because you can't, like, I don't think you can download it from here. The last time it was updated was April 2nd of 2025. So manual download. Okay, so there should be a Legacy of the Dragonborn website. There's the wiki. There's the Legacy of the Dragonborn. All right. Legacy of the Dragonborn. All right, so let's do that. Files. See, this one says 2018. That's the light edition. Okay. Okay. Legacy of the Dragonborn website. There is a website here that I thought. Starfield Creations, Skyrim Creations. There's the most acclaimed expansion size mod, 2024. Let's discuss the legacy of the Dragonborn sequence. I've often looked at the legacy of the Dragonborn many times over, and I've always noticed and kept a mental note on how there was something. Okay, I don't know what that is. But the version that I have is from October 20, V6 11802. V6. All right. All right. So there we go. Massive undertaking for Guyana. V6 requires a new game. Now has extra dummy plugins. You must re-download Legacy Patch Central updates. You must download the Creation Club and Curator's Command. If you use them, do not use any third-party patches or mods until they've been updated. Several mods have merged into V6. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so what do we got here? October 20. Okay, so here's the V6. So I have the most recent version already downloaded on my computer, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we go into Vortex, which is where you get your stuff here now. And let's see in the Vortex mods if we got anything right here. All right, so everything is, do we have Legacy the Dragonborn? We got Legacy of the Dragonborn. We got Lux over here. Lux was our, that was our lighting mod. So that was what we were looking at in the original version. We had kill move fixes. We had a bunch of different stuff that we were doing over here. Then we had some updates over there. So, all right. Now that means that we've got all this stuff back. Now, after that, we need SKSE, which I also believe I have the most current version of. By the way, if you guys are not, you should go to CryptoPanic. CryptoPanic.com is a news feed, and download and like start looking at that for news. But SKSE 64, boom, boom, boom. And then the most recent version is the 161170. All right, and then that is, always go in here, go to Steam, Steam apps, common, Skyrim. Then you look at Skyrim SE, properties, and you got to look at the version. What is the version here? 161170. So you got to make sure that you download the SKSE for 161170, which is going to be this one right here. And then we're going to unlock that right now. We're going to copy all of this, Control C. We're going to go back where we were just before, and I should have set a hotkey for this. SKSE, and now we're going to Control V to copy all of this into this folder. And now that we've got that done, then we want loader. SKSE is not on here anymore, so now that it's not, we're going to send to desktop. Now we've got SKSE loader in the desktop. All right. So now let's see what loads and see how it loads. Do we get an error message or do we get it working as intended? That's going to be the question. What's insane is what they did to Mage. Mage in WoW? Or Oh, by the way, Derek, if you're playing WoW, have you ever played Ascension? It is boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Wow. Ascension? So there's a WoW game that's actually that you can play that is like Warcraft Reborn is what they call it here. And they've expanded Azeroth. They've done a whole bunch of different stuff. You can come in here and play, and it changes the dynamic of the way that you play the game a little bit. You have a classless system now. You can just start downloading whatever skills, or you can create whatever skills that you want. And boom, boom, boom. Classless is what they call it. And okay, so it doesn't have that up. I don't know if that meant that it was blocked or features. Yeah, what happened? Website is not reachable. Okay, so it's not reachable. There's a host error. All right. I was going to say, I was going to be a little bit weird. Warcraft Reborn is a new type of classic game. World PvP and high risk. Then there's Create Your Own Class Realm. There's Conquest of Azeroth. Expanded Azeroth. New PvE content called the Hero's Call. LFG Dungeon Scaling. New Dungeons. Torwatha, Karazhan Crypts, and Blackrock Caverns. New and enhanced world bosses, tier tokens. Like they've been modding they've been modding World of Warcraft for years, I guess, and doing all kinds of stuff. And they've got Bronzebeard, Area 52, Elune, Rexar, Grizzly Hills, and Bronzebeard servers. And I don't know what stuff there is. I played this game for like 20 minutes one day a long time ago, and it was kind of fun, but really it was just it's just Warcraft all over again. You know what I mean? So I wasn't gonna I wasn't intending on playing Warcraft, so I didn't stick and continue to play the game. Let's go to Task Manager here, and let's make sure that we don't have an instance running or anything like that. Memory, service host, Chrome. Chrome is the biggest resource hog I've ever fucking seen. All right, so let's see what it looks like here. Now let's see if we load in. If we load in where we're supposed to, or whether we load into damn. This was not the one that I wanted. What I wanted was to have Live Another Day. This is your standard starting spot here for Skyrim. And boy, it looks old and dated and ugly now. Well, that... Just watching that other version, oh my god, reminds you of how good this stuff looks. Let's get rid of this. And then we're going to do this right here. Because what we're going to want is Live Another Day, I think is what it's called. New Beginnings, maybe? A new beginning, live another day. A new beginning, the new beginning, live another day. Okay, apparently I don't have it. So if you ever do that, then, get mods and live another, I think it's live another life. Alternate start. There we go. All right, alternate start. Let's go back and look here. Alternate start, live another life is available here, but the game is not loading. So this has got to be Skyrim SKSE. Boom, 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 boom. Script extender. Okay, so we're there. We've got all of these loaded in. So we have that loaded, but we didn't load in the right way. All right, so I think in that regard, if that's the way that it's working, then what we need to do is some kind of refresh, right? Like, let's, Vortex is up to date. Deploy. Let's deploy every mod here. And it's deploying all files. All right, so that should mean that we're now ready to go, right? Anyway, that should mean. So now we're going to get rid of Lux. No, we're going to leave Lux in. I think we'll stick with Undeath. Okay, so moon path to elsewhere, moon and star. Do we have clockwork? We have worm's tooth. Yeah, so we've got everything. All right, so let's see what happens now. Let's see what happens now. Chang, 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 chang. So, Derek, tell me a little bit about Mage. What are they doing with Mage? Because, to be honest with you, the last time I played World of Warcraft was the Wrath of the Lich King. Like, it was that far back. I played Wrath of the Lich King, and then when the new one was coming out, which is I think the Mists of Pandaria, or whatever, whatever came after Wrath of the Lich King, I never played anything after that. So, Wrath of the Lich King was in 2008. So, yeah, I played until the Wrath of the Lich King, and I played all the way through the end of the Fall of the Lich King. And then the new one came out, which I think was Mists of Pandaria. So I think that was the one. And I just, like, this was enough for me because it was just, to be fair, like, my favorite game, one of my favorite games of all time is right here. The Burning Crusade. To me, the Burning Crusade was the best game ever made. Like, this thing really felt good. Wrath of the Lich King did not feel as good. Like, when they made the Burning Crusade, that one felt like an epic, world-changing, amazing sort of event, and I was down for it. It was awesome. And then Wrath of the Lich King was okay, but not great. World of Warcraft was 2010 was Cataclysm. Okay, so I didn't make it to Cataclysm, so I haven't played in 15 years. But now there's the Mists of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor, Legion, Battle for Azeroth, Shadowlands, Dragonflight, and The War Within. Now, I was there for like one upgrade of some sort, something like that. All right, what did we do with that? Okay, so now that we got that done, we're going to take a shot one more time here, which we can't do because I forgot to set, because I'm a moron. I forgot to set my, there we go. Sanguine Symphony is missing. All right, so let's go to mods here. And let's do Sanguine Symphony, okay? Continue. Let's download it again. And then we've got Core Impact Framework. And we've got Core Impact. So each one of these is ready. So now the question, oh, you know what? I wonder if it's all disabled in here. Yep, it's all disabled. Okay, so there is the problem. So Sanguine Symphony is now enabled. Flora Overhaul. Let's go everything. And we're going to enable it all. All right, so there we go. That's what's missing, is we didn't have everything enabled. Now that we have it enabled, let's missing masters here. What are we missing here? DBM exteriors, enhanced lighting and effects, and the Merlin patch. So, all right, so we want to get rid of Merlin. Merlin, by the way, was a stupid patch that didn't do anything. Nope. All right, so we're good there. All right, now it's all enabled. We're all ready to go. All right, now let's see what happens. God damn it. All right, creations. When you get the anniversary edition, by the way, in Skyrim, when you get the anniversary edition, they give you like all kinds of different upgrades and stuff like that for you to use. All right, so we've got all that. I got all that shit now. So let's see here. War Within is good. Wrath, yeah. All right, so now let's see what happens here. We load in. Instead of starting off with the normal load-in screen, we should be loading into something entirely different this time. Should be loading into this game scene right here, which, there we go. This is what we've been, yeah, this is what I've been looking for here. All right, so for the body, we want, for the race, and then we just want a preset body because we don't really care. There we go. And then R for done. There we go. And we're going to name him Believes. All right. So that's good right there. We're not moving around very good. One of the things that I do, one of the first things that I do on this gameplay is turn up look sensitivity because it's so bad. Like you have to move way too much. So
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life
I
shall
arrived on board a
begin.
ship. I own property in one of the holds. I'm a new guild member of a guild. I'm a Patreon at a local inn. I'm a soldier in the army. I got caught crossing the border illegally. I'm an outlaw in the wilds. I'm a vigilant of Stendar. I'm camping in the woods. I'm shipwrecked off the coast. I'm a necromancer. I'm a warlock's thrall. I was attacked and left for dead. I am a Khajiit caravan guard. I was attacked and left for
The
dead.
light of hope shines even for you. Don't give up.
Let's see what happens here. So we go to bed, and when we wake up, we're out in the wild, and the game has finally started, or led off, if you will. We don't want survival mode, but here we go. I wake up to begin my new life. Where am I? Oh, and I'm gonna be under attack when I do anything. So, official warning. Okay. Iron dagger. Alright, so we're moving around now, so we're good to go in that context. Alright, so we've killed our first thing. Book of Daedra, we want that. Wolf Queen, we want that. We have no lockpicks. Alright, we want that. Horse meat. Large empty sack. Ladies. And we'll take whatever's in there. Now we want hide boots, hide bracers. So we got a little bit of armor, but not a lot. Now, we're at Steam Crag, I think it said. And I have no idea where that is, but I can see. Let's just try to figure out where we are right here, right now. And how do we get... So we've got some steamy stuff down here. Alright, so where are we here? Windhelm is close by. Riften is along that way. Boy, we are out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, you know what? I know where we are. Right up here is where we learn about archaeology. This is an archaeology waypoint. I think I talked to this person and she gives me a quest. Right here at the fossil dig site.
What do you want? Well, hello. Name's Darnett Lavin. I'm a... And all of them tell a tale.
For what purpose?
Well, hun, it gives us a better understanding of where we're going. And all... I go... Means
oh, she's explaining why you need to collect fossils in the game.
Well, maybe not to the cat... I'm old.
And then I don't have any fossils because I don't have anything. Then it tells you how to find fossils. Finding fossils, by the way, pretty easy.
Specimens are, if you put collect up most of the first couple. The third is pretty rare, and the research and
there's 3 levels of fossils, and they all turn into something else at some point, or you know, whatever. All right, so we don't go after the mammoth because they one-shot kill you. They're not openly hostile, but when you mess with them, or you mess with a giant, then they go a little bit nuts on you. So, you know, watch out for them. But, there we go. I got no armor. I've got no anything. Again, we should be good. Oh, I saw, by the way, a crazy hack that somebody was, which I don't know how to do this, so I'm not even going to pretend, but I saw it the other day, and it leads to some kind of crazy good weapon that's just hiding in plain sight. Kinesgrove is where you meet, I think, Alduin for the 2nd time. That's when you, she starts with a D. Ha ha ha, ladies. She's the one that steals the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. I don't remember what her name was, but let's get down here. We're in Windhelm right now. And all we really need is the stable at this point. So we're going to trigger that.
I can take you to... Where do you want to go?
And I want to go to... White Run.
I don't do charity.
I don't do charity. Alright, so player... Add item F. 100,000. How about now, dog?
Climb and back, and we'll be off. Never been to Whiterun before?
Yeah, you're right. It does cheapen the game when you just pay yourself and just throw money at it, but whatever.
Dragon skull hanging on the wall.
All right, so as markets go right now, here we are. Not a lot of movement, a lot of sideways action right now. We're still bleeding just a little bit. There's no real announcements from anybody. There's no real pump coming from anybody. API is up 7%, but it gave back. It ran all the way up to 40 cents just a little while ago before clawing back down just a little bit. DJT went up about 5% yesterday, but it's not trading right now. Accelerate is still breaking out. Like, you know, if you bought that 304 move down there, then you got a nice 50% pump out of it. NVIDIA had a nice little rebound yesterday, despite the fact that we're in that spot where, you know, AI is no longer en vogue, if you will. Still had an 8% run yesterday, which that's probably why the crypto market was taking off as well. Same thing for Seeker, which looks like it had a little rally here, but it's coming back down one more time. And by the way, I feel like when we were doing this, I think I was talking to Amit, and I told him to buy at 1 cent or set a bid at 1 cent, or maybe if you can set it at 1.5 just in case. So it's just like that was the idea. Good job. Way to kill an innocent giant.
That's taken care of. No thanks to you. Certainly not. That's why I'm here with my shield. An order of.
Oh, this is Ayla the Huntress, and that guy is. Good evening. Oh God, I can't remember his name.
Not for me to say. The old man's got. If you go to him, good luck.
Farkas. They're werewolves.
Farewell.
Farewell.
So they're asking me, do you want to join the werewolf army? What am I, some werewolf of London? Oh, and by the way, that house that we were just looking at, I know this doesn't look the same, but if you've ever played this game, then you'll know what I'm talking about. There was a house that we were looking at as we were going through this path when we got attacked originally, and we ran from the wolves in that other super high-res version. We're going back there, but there's no house there anymore. I don't remember what mod there is that does that and adds that house, so I've never re-added it. And the reason that I haven't is because I never use it to begin with. I don't know if there was a quest involved or anything like that. So there's a rabbit, which means that the dogs are going to be here close because they just ate the rabbit. There we go. I have contracted rock joint. Rock joint. Alright, so while we're doing this, let's throw some magic up and save it and heal. There we go. Alright, so nothing in Riverwood, I don't think. I mean, in order to start the main quest, if you are looking to start the main quest and you're playing with all these mods like Live Another Life, the alternate start mod, so that you don't have to start the vanilla game, you actually have to travel all the way back to the beginning to the city called Helgen, and that is right near Riverwood, which is how, you know, the whole thing develops. So right now with nope, there's no fortification, there's no wall, there's seems like crazy right there. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking that this has got so much more to it. Should be hearing a woo any second now. There they are. There's those Ric Flair wolves. Woo! Oh, and they were out of range. Nice. Still got to fight them someday. And then there is, I don't go to that place, Bile Gulch, I think it is. I don't go there in the beginning anymore. Like, it used to be like first place that I would go just to kind of farm some stuff. And now it's actually the start of the Falkreath quest, which I learned along the way. And we're going to do Thief. So we're going to gain Thief skills 20% faster. Now that we're there, we got to go to Helgen, which is right up this path. A little bit of a way. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. All right. And by the way, we're setting up. I started a brand new game here. I was going to try that old the Novus Ascension, just to see what it looked like on the screen, just to see how it, you know, reacted. So I deleted everything. I figured it doesn't really matter. Like, you know. All right, so now we're fast tracking it to Helgen, basically, which is right there. The gates are right in front of us, so we're good to go. But you're gonna see Alduin. It's gonna show up in the distance, and he'll like come out of the city. Like, as we open the door, we open the gate, or we get close to it, then Alduin shows up. So we're like at the moment in the game where Ulfric Stormcloak is about to be killed, and Alduin stops me from getting my head chopped off. And now when we go in, he's already destroyed the town. But there is a waypoint arrow that tells you where to go in order to start the basic quest. And it's this guy right here, and he's got the Adventurer's Journal. So then you have to go in and read the Adventurer's Journal, which just gives you a nice little story about catching you up to speed on how they were kidnapping Ulfric Stormcloak, how they were doing everything. Now, because I can fast travel, all I gotta do is go back to, wait. Investigate the cave in the journal. Forgot about that. Alright. And this, by the way, when you go into Helgen Keep at the beginning of the game when you're fighting, then it takes you through this cave so that you can exit. And you never know where the exit is until you get to the, to the end of it, which takes you to Riverwood. Here's the exit right here. So and there's the path where you start. And then there's a rock right there which you hide behind when you first come out, because Alduin goes flying by. But if you go in here, there's some dude fighting a bear or something like that, and he's like, I need a health potion. I don't know if I have any health potions, so he might just be a dead man. There we go. Came to see what was going on. Alright. It's optional to bring him a healing potion. Let's see if I have one. Alright, gave it to him. Now he's fine. So now we have to get out before it collapses. Which it'll never collapse, by the way. Like, I don't think it does anyway.
Looks like he's gone for good this time.
Yeah, now Alduin has gone. So now we gotta talk to the guy in Riverwood. So now that we got that, we can just fast forward to Riverwood.
Things look quiet enough here. Come on, there's my uncle.
And we're looking for Alvar, which is Hadvar's dad or uncle or something.
Camilla Valerius away from me.
And it is midnight, so we want this to be... We're going to forward 11 hours. And see how that goes.
I keep telling you.
Now, he should be out here somewhere. There we go.
Ain't every day we get visitors.
Hadvar said you could help me out. He's a friend. He promised you could help.
I'd be glad to help a friend of Hadvar.
A dragon attacked Helgen, and it destroyed it. Hadvar and I escaped together.
A dragon? That explains what I saw earlier.
It was a dragon. Hadvar will tell you the same thing.
We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun.
So now we got to go to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun.
Hadvar. Thank
Old Balgrip himself.
friend told me about Helgen.
Let's see what Hadvar has. Amulet, potion of healing, a longbow, whatever.
Come on inside. Sigmund, take what you need, my friend. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. Help yourself to...
What have you got for sale?
blades, helmets,
I need a weapon.
pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Okay, I need a bow. Alright, hunting bow. Steel dagger. I don't need a steel dagger, right? Steel boots. Helmet. Armor. Alright. And gauntlets. Whatever.
Good.
So let's see what we got here. Armor, 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 armor.
Day.
Alright. So now we're not as shitty as we were before. We still have the iron dagger. And we'll do this one instead, the Wazakashi. Alright, so there's a little more DPS on this one. Now, we did, I think, go to the Whiterun stables, so we can just kind of zip back over there. And now... Now we're getting that big opportunity right now to kick off the major quest line in the game. Where we at in the market here? It's a lot of downward momentum still. So, Exceller. There we go. This is the guy I was telling you was going to trigger us before. Alright, so up 13% right now. So XCL Accelerate or Exceller is having a very nice little run.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
We must have more swords. Give us your swords, you bitch. Alright.
Caliborn, give me your
So
money.
now
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
oh, we contracted Rock Joint too, right? So we gotta heal ourselves at the Shrine of Talos. The Blessing of Talos has been added. Seeker is still down pretty big. Nazim feels like an important person. I don't know why I know him. Irilith is now going to stop me, and I'm going to tell him about the dragon attack.
I just think
Yeah.
we need more
Come on, then.
information before.
The Jarl will want to...
I just...
Who's this then? So, you were at Helgen.
What's up, big dog?
You saw
The dragon
this
destroyed
dragon with your
Helgen,
own
and I
eyes?
was, I saw it heading this way.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
Trust my walls.
We should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains.
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Proventus is not a good person.
Yes, my Jarl.
You know, I've come to realize that in this
I'll
game.
return to my duties.
Proventus
That would be
is
best.
a cowardly guy
Well, here, take this.
that
as
just wants to
there
keep
is
things the
another
way that they
gun.
were
Let's go
before.
find Farengar.
And now,
My court
Farengar,
wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these
the court
dragons
wizard,
and
wants me to go get Dragonstone, something like that. I think it's called the Dragonstone, which is in Bleak Falls Barrow.
Now where is it? It takes a while to
So let's see if we can get into that.
but I don't want to repeat it. I want it just right now.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with
Come
your
to Dragon.
dragon.
Got a problem you need help with?
Well, when I say
Come see Bleaves. Alright, what am I fetching?
I learned of a certain
The
stone.
Dragonstone.
Go
Yeah,
to
here we
Bleak
go.
Falls Barrow. Find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber.
This is a
All right.
And bring
priority
it to me.
now.
Simplicity
Anything we
itself.
can use to fight this
You know,
dragon.
if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages
Quickly,
College in Winter.
before it's too late.
And if I have the
Of course,
aptitude.
Jarl Balgroof. You seem to have found me an able assistant.
Okay, so now.
I'm sure he will prove
Oh
most
man, I
useful.
forgot. Normally I go to Bleak Falls Barrow and I get this stuff before I come here. So it's always just ready for me and I just drop it off and everything moves on from there. But now I gotta come back over here and we gotta go into Bleak Falls Barrow, which is kind of a long way off. Anyway, but this lighting source, whatever this lighting source is that I'm using, Lux, sure gives it a nice glow. Oh, you know what? There's also a secondary quest, which takes you to the same spot in Bleak Falls Barrow, and it is right here, the Riverwood Trader.
Well, one
And the
of us has to
Riverwood
do
Trader,
I said no. No adventures, no theater.
here we go.
I don't know. Yeah.
Somebody stole the
more
golden
than a
claw or something like
solid-
that.
You could.
So I'm going to go get the
Got
claw
some
back for him.
coin
The
coming in
claw
from my last
is
shipment.
also in Bleak Falls
It's
Barrow.
yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get the
Now,
show those.
what do we got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Adventurer's Backpack. I need that. Yeah, we'll take that. We need a couple of arrows. We have some shitty arrows.
Till next time.
So this is your
We need a
plan, Luke?
Fletcher, I guess.
Yes.
Alright. I think what we need is some iron. Now it kind of makes sense why I always used to go to Bile Gulch originally.
May the gods watch.
Let's see if this guy's got any arrows for sale.
Deal some damage.
Arrows, 50. There we go. Arrows, 46. Alright. Now we got some arrows.
All right then.
Alright, so I guess now that we have them, we don't need to go get more. I was just on my way to go get more arrows, which is silly.
Those thieves must be mad hiding out there.
Man. Boy, this market is dead. This market is just absolutely gutted. Alright, so we go up here. We're going to sneak because there is... There it is. Alright, wolf down. We'll take him. Oh wait, we can get that iron arrow back. Nice. Silly, but unfortunately at the beginning of the game you just kind of need to have them. You know what I mean? So sometimes randomly right up here there's a troll that spawns ready to rapidly kill you along the way, even when you're not ready. Like right now, where I'm, you know, brand new to the game. Level 1 even. I'm a level 1 nerd. And the first guy is sitting where my arrow, you can see my cursor right now. It's this tree right there. He's in that tree right there. I'm going to shoot right above his head, right there. See if I can hit him from the distance. I am not hearing contact with anything or anybody. So let's... There we go. Stopped right as I was doing it. Fucking asshole. Alright, there we go. One down. Woo! Alright. I like the way you call me Big Papa. Alright. 20 arrows, we'll take that. Take my iron arrows back. Yeah, I think I might have, I think my trajectory might have been all messed up there. Like it had to be a little bit higher. Because those both landed in the exact same spot. I don't even know why I'm picking up coins. I don't need them. You just player.add item space F space how much you want. And then you just have whatever.
Now, this is a surprise.
There we go. I already have iron and steel, right? So we're good. I always feel ridiculous for scavenging. And I always feel like, you know, just go find the code for dragon bone arrows and load up on dragon bone arrows. Just go load up on, you know, whatever it is that you're looking for. And what's crazy is, like, this is the start of the game, like the very, very start of the game. And look at the dungeon you're going into. Like, what a foreboding, sort of wild place. They're like, hey, you. Yeah, you. The guy who a few minutes ago was about to get your head lopped off. You want to go into a giant dungeon? Let's hit F5 and save that real quick, just in case. Whoa. Waka waka. Waka waka. Dog. Oh. Damn. Got him. Whew. What about this knucklehead? Alright. Now I'm picking up my scraps and the body. Which is kind of wild. Alright. there's somebody right there. So we're gonna aim for the head and hope for the best. Whack. We didn't get them all the way. Alright. Woo! Garnet will take, iron will take, arrow will take. Arrows will take. Longbow. Garnet will take that. Steel war axe will take that because we'll probably need. We had a couple of lock picks and we got a painting, which is important for the Dragonborn Museum. That's the stuff that goes on the walls. Amulet of Kinnereth. What a spooky ooky. Jesus, mister, I'm a super scared. Used to be an old meme that was hilarious. It was two shadows. It was a man and a kid, and they were walking into the forest. And it's the kid's like, "Gee, mister, the forest sure is scary." And the guy replies, "What are you talking about, kid? I'm the one who has to walk back alone." Alright, so it's snake, snake, whale. And by the way, if you never played, it's always, there's always, like right next to one of these puzzles, there's always the answer. And you see it up there, snake, then you have an empty one, and then you have a whale. So then you have to find the other piece, which is down here. It fell off. So it's snake, snake, whale. Now when you open it, let's get this bandit and take some of his cheddar. And then we open it, and it opens just fine. And that red stuff that it kind of appeared out of nowhere, those are rats. I think they're called skeevers. Nord Amulet of the Whale. Now I've contracted ataxia. I wonder if I can put on the Amulet of Kinnereth and it saves me. Guess not. Alright, so level up. First thing we want is more stamina because we are an archer. And we need stamina. And then we're going to make ourselves overdraw. So we're going to be 20% stronger. Alright, so we got that. We're ready to go. I think the only thing left to kill right in here is like 2 or 3 things, like just a couple of, it's like a couple of zombies that'll pop up out of nowhere. And then a big, hairy, stinking, grody, odie spider. And there's where the grody, odie spider is right now. Inside here, we're going to open that. We're going to crouch. That's Arvel the Swift that we're trying to catch right now. And then there's our big, hairy spider. Whoa. Alright, got it. Now we gotta heal up real quick. Waka, waka, waka. And take whatever he's got. Now this is Arvil the Swift. This is the guy we've been looking for.
You did it. You killed it. Now,
For the Golden Claw. He's the guy that stole it.
I'll show you. You won't believe.
Alright, let me see if I can cut him down. Now, spoiler alert.
I can feel it.
Once he's cut down, keep cutting. Cut him down. There we go. Because otherwise you just have to chase his ass down to get the Golden Claw. And then we'll take his journal because it goes in the Dragonborn Museum. Now, we want to find the secret to the Bleak Falls Barrow. And the secret is to use butter. I'm out of stamina already. It's wild at this early stage, like when you're doing stuff, like how quickly you run out of everything. And then you gotta stay away from triggers, pressure plates. He was almost gonna kill me. Jesus. Alright, we just came from that direction. So now we go down here. Alright, so we're leveling up again, which is actually our saving grace because that refills our energy. And now, we gotta start loading up range faster. Whew. That was not going well at all. So, big run. Stop that. Now we got our Wakizashi. Alright, now pop over here. Let's see what's going on with Crip, though. Down $39 billion right now. Market's still kind of bleeding. Nothing really, just general extraction. Everything just down a little bit. Ethereum kind of settling in at 3,000. ICP kind of settled at 245. Trump down again today. Fiat down quite a bit today, under a penny. Fiat under a penny to me is a really good buy, by the way. So I think, and by the way, there's no guarantee of money. Like it may not, but it has run from when it runs under a penny. It generally runs back up to about 2 cents. So it's 100% increase in relatively short periods of time. So it seems like an opportunity, but you never know. Like just because it does this time doesn't mean that it's going to every time. You know what I mean? So. What I'm saying sounds good, but it only sounds good if it actually happens. Alright, there we go. So we got 70 arrows left. Should probably upgrade to the steel arrows for this next guy. Arrows are 8, these are 10. Yeah, we're going to want these. Because now we're getting to the end of it. We've got the Golden Claw. Steel arrow and garnet. Alright, here we go. And we're almost at the end. Just, you know, for whatever reason, like, this game just likes to make you go a long way for nothing. There's a pickaxe. We needed that. And then, for the pickaxe, we just want to mine a little bit of iron just in case, because we always seem to need some iron. Alright. And Dev Ranger still complaining and bitching and moaning. Boom. You know, I am looking for not a market rebound necessarily, but a little bit of lift in the short term. Like, you know, if you, in this market, right, this was a capitulation event, or at least to me it looked like it was a capitulation event. And when you have events like that, and you have so much capitulation in the market, then you've flushed out so much leverage and you know, all those different things. Like, when you flush all that out, then people are now scared and they don't want to invest. So now you have to make it attractive for people to invest again. So I suspect that we're going to see some real positive news coming out in the next couple days by market makers. It won't be produced, I mean, obviously it won't be produced by the market makers. It'll be produced by the people who are in the media for crypto, if you will. But it'll be, I think, anyway. But it'll be, like, we'll probably get some kind of weird, really good news so that they can, you know, because they're going to try to trap a few more people. Like, the whole idea is the more people you can trap into a moment, and it's tax time. So people are starting to get their tax refund, and serious market makers are running serious game right now on unserious people. So what they're doing is they're trying to extract the liquidity from this, you know, from this group of people or this group of people. So there's going to be some kind of bullish narrative that'll pop up soon enough. There we go. Making some nice progress on leveling up real quick. Ancient Nord bow. We want that. We want that. Alright, we want to switch to the Ancient Nord bow instead of the hunting bow. Got a lot more DPS off of that. Get rid of the hunting bow and equip those arrows instead. Alright, and now let's run fast. And we've got one of the ancient Nordic locks. So now we need miscellaneous and we need the golden claw. And we're looking at a bear, bug, bird. So we want bear, bug, bird. Bear, bug, bird. There we go. Bear, bug, bird. Boom. Drop it in the keyhole. Alright, we're now in the cut right here. Like, this is the spot. We're going to grab this iron too, because when we get back to wherever we're going, we're going to need to have a little bit of iron to develop or create or make some stuff. Maybe upgrade armor a little bit, or make the armor better, if you will. Like, we might have to go back to iron instead of steel and all that kind of stuff. But up here is where you've got the guy. And we get our first shout. There is a shout right here. There's the force, unrelenting force. So now we want to get down, crack open. Yikes. Easy peasy. I think he holds the dragon stone, so yeah, he's got the dragon stone and a couple of arrows and the sword of chill. The sword of chillax, bro. Alright, now we'll take that. That's everything around here. Yeah. We need a petty soul gem, just in case. And now we completed the dungeon. Look at that. Like you, only better. And another chest. There's some resources over here if you want to alchemy. A bunch of alchemy resources, you know, like laying randomly. So if you want to take them, you can. To me, it just adds to my space. The only you get enough potions when you're doing stuff, so I never really worry about it. But we'll go back to Riverwood, which is where we get the golden claw. We drop that off. And by the way, not only if you're playing the game, not only do you get the golden claw, but now you have to steal it back. So I'm gonna give it to him.
You found? I'm gonna put this back where it
He's gonna give me some money.
I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
There we go. Got 400 for it. Now,
so much for taking care of those thieves. The Riverwood trader
see that? As soon as I got that availability where he wasn't paying attention and wasn't looking at me, as soon as I got that okay to do it, then I just grabbed it. So now I own it one more time. So he didn't notice me steal it back. So it's now available for when I open up the Dragonborn Museum. And that's the important part, was, you know, open up the Dragonborn Museum.
You see? The Dragon Stone of Bleak Falls Barrow.
Oh, there she is.
Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes. You'll have to see.
So your information was correct after
Delphine. That's the lady with the D that I was talking about earlier.
You went into Bleak
D
Falls
name, not the DD. You know what I'm talking about. You know what D I'm talking about. Quit acting. And there's a ton of books here, by the way, for the Dragonborn Museum. But right now, we just have to la for a second. We're gonna do stamina one more time. Nope. Alright, so now we're gonna need to do something with one hand, make it a little bit stronger there. Now, by the way, if I talk to him,
not now.
Not now. He's waiting for everybody to show up so that he can start talking and telling everybody. So that they know that he knows that they know that he knows that they know that he knows that what's up.
Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right.
We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down
Down
to the barracks.
$43 billion. Market's starting to come down.
Irileth, you'd better
We could
gather
see,
some guards when we get down there.
you know, they could be clawing back every gain that we've had over the last 24 hours on that little recovery. Like, they could still be
There's no
wiping
time
it
to
back out.
stand on
So,
ceremony. I want you, sir, but I haven't. Acid, and please, there's no time to stand.
and
on
in many
ceremony,
ways,
my friend. I need your- No,
in many ways,
I can't
that
afford to risk both of you.
what we could have seen just recently was just a generational dip in altcoins before like an actual altcoin season. Like it has to start, you know, just historically speaking, if we're going to have an altcoin rally, then it's historically something that's going to happen, you know, in it's going to be bloody. Like, it's going to start with a deep and steep correction. I don't know if this is enough of a correction.
I can take you to... Where do you want to go?
We want to go to Solitude, bro. Ski.
First time to Solitude?
We're going to give Irileth
Beautiful old city.
and her little posse a few minutes for them to go do whatever it is that they've got to do for the day, and, you know, get themselves set up so that we can fight this dragon at the watchtower. But in the meantime, we want the Solitude Gate. And remember, we were just another urchin in the street.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Ricker. If not,
Isn't that the song? Just another urchin living under the street.
Don't take this the wrong way.
A hard gaze that's tough to beat. Pay you at another time. Everybody's doing the crime.
Yes.
Paradise City. That's what it was. That dude's about to get his head chopped off, which is gross. We're not going to stay for that. We're going to go get our triggers over here. And our first trigger is going to be the Dragonborn Museum, because we really need... Actually, we don't need, but I like to have. I like to have the Dragonborn...
Yes?
Huh. Look like Maven Blackbriar. Dragonborn Museum. I don't worry about triggering the Blue Palace over there. Most of the time, by the way, when I do the Blue Palace, everything is messed up. Like, it doesn't work right.
The museum is currently closed until further. Well,
Here we go.
I'm
Here
afraid
we go. Here we go.
Perhaps I
Here
can
we
give
go.
you a
Here we
sh-
go.
if you
Here we
prove
go.
to be successful at
Basically, what
the
he's doing is he's giving me 3 different quests to go take
Another
to get 3
It's
different
like-
items.
And lastly,
And if I get
caravan.
those 3 items, then
Find
he
what
can
you
open
can,
up the
and I'll pay
Dragonborn
you
Museum,
for it.
making it easy.
How can I help?
So boom, there we go. That's what we needed. And then there it is. All right, so interesting prospect right here. We have 312 items in our inventory.
Good to see you again.
So we will not be able to get all the stuff that we need, because we don't have enough room in our inventory. But the locations, first one at Silent Moon's right around Whiterun, so we can go back to Whiterun, and then we can just go to Adriana?
We're causing no trouble.
Adrian
Got some good
Abenici.
pieces out here.
What do you got for sale? Here, buy my stuff. Buy this. Thanks. Buy this. Here, thanks. Got it. Buy it. Thanks. Buy it. Thanks. Buy it. Thanks. Buy it. Thanks. Oh yeah. Oh shit. We didn't want to. God damn it.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
We're gonna sell. Sell, 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 sell. There we go. All right. Now, for our items, put the backpack on. All right, now we got a backpack on, which gives us 75 more loot items. Those guys start a quest line, but we're not really looking for that. I just noticed stuttering. I guess I don't feel optimized anymore. And jump out, jump out. Can we jump out here? Yes, we can. Obama. Yes, we can. And we're going to the Silent Moons camp. By the way, there's another camp that's right by it that gives you a really cool transmutation magic spell where you can transmute iron to gold if you ever want to. Like if you get a bunch of iron and stuff like that, you don't have any use for it, then you can convert it to gold and then sell it because gold is way more valuable. And it allows you to transmute, and transmute is whatever alteration, I think it is. Alteration skill. So it's a good, you know, if you're at a power level something. Then Silent Moons camp, like right up there. No, this is the Silent Moons. Wherever it is, it's right by this water over here. Oh, we want this. And we're running, we're running, we're running, we're running. Now we're down. And then we're just looking for murder. Got her. Got him. All right. Slow and low, that was the tempo. Lockpick, arrows. Ouch. That sucked. That seemed to hit pretty fucking hard. Wow. Alright, that bitch is dead. That one's dead. Got a hit on that one. Boom! Perfect. They put that shit in slow-mo replay like I was Michael Jordan shooting arrows. What's up now? What's up, what's up, what's up now? Whoa! Shit. Alright. Winging a prayer here. We're dead. Damn. First death. Guy was hitting hard. Alright, so let's do this. We're gonna sneak a little more. Because I think when we sneak, we get a little bit better result here. There we go. All right, let's see if we get... All right, there he is right there. So let's see if we can hit him. Get a little bit of an early ouch on him. Ooh, got her. Alright, that worked. Take the iron arrows. Did that. Longbow we don't need. Iron arrows we do. Outlaw we don't need. Don't need. Chest. Woodcutter's axe, we're going to need that. Oh, son of a bitch. So, I'm going to end up... running out of lockpicks before I get it done. That was going to suck. Ring of Transmutation. Increase your magicka by 50 points. And it generates 10 times faster. Alright, we'll take that. And we got our first Nordic Excavation. Which every 5 one of these you get, you can actually create, you can increase your storage and stuff like that in the Dragonborn Museum. Which makes a huge difference for running back and forth. There's another piece that you get. This is the Denstagmer ring. Yeah, Denstagmer ring. Alright, so we got that. Now we got one more, which is this guy right here. Like, there's... Oh, here we go. His knapsack. His journal. All of his stuff. There we go. And a painting. Again, the painting's important for... the Skyrim Museum. The Dragonborn Museum, I guess it's called. Open that up. Waka waka. Alright, now that's done. Then there's whatever's over here. Jade Warrior. Alright. And then there should be one more. Behind Riften. Yeah, here we go. Behind Riften. Okay, so... question is, where do we go next? And that's going to be right there. Crypto Slayer's in the house. What's going on, man? Just playing some Skyrim. Talking crypto. So now that we're back in Whiterun, we're going to take this. We're going to hire this carriage. We're going to go to... climbing back and we'll be off. Markarth. So from Markarth, it's actually just like you run a little ways out, and I think that from there you get another item very, very easily, and then from there we'll come back over here and we'll go to Riften. We don't have to go into Riften. We can just like trigger it, and then once we get into Riften, we can Riften. You just go around the back, I think, to the south, a little bit to the southeast. And then you go inside, and I think it's like right inside too. You know, I think these are all like really easy fetch quests, which is cool because if you remember, like that first quest, that Bleak Falls Barrow, doesn't have a whole lot of fighting in it, but man, is it like just kind of boring, time-consuming sort of thing. Be much cooler if it wasn't. Didn't take so long. Market is still pricing down, so let's pull that up real quick. Down 38 billion on the day. Bitcoin just kind of ranging right there. Oh, you know what we should do? Or I should do. There we go. Gonna pop that up. Then there was something else that I was thinking would be cool to do. Oh, I can't. I remember. I can't. For whatever reason. By the way, if anybody knows how to bypass this, I'm having an issue. OBS Studio is what I use. In OBS Studio, I can't log in to my TradingView account from the OBS browser. Like, the OBS browser doesn't give you that option, which is kind of wild. Seems just irresponsibly stupid. And by the way, that could just be me, and it could just be that I'm an idiot, because, like, what you do is you go into the browser, and then when you go into the browser, there's a button that says, like, interact, requesting that you interact with it, but you can't really interact with it, like, or not, at least not in the way that helps. Like, I can't log in. Alright, well, we're getting mauled over here. We're going to take some pots. Woo! You know, let's take their armor. Just in case we need it later. Alright, now we got the Jade Warrior. Oh, wooden plate. I need a wooden plate. I actually did need a wooden plate. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Death Blow of Ebernonet? Okay, I'll take that. Alright, so we're good there. Alright, now. This is what I was talking about. There's some kind of, let's go to Black Dragon's Reach. Alright, so I just watched this video, like a tutorial on how to do some kind of specific hack. So we're going to go inside. We're going to attempt to do it. I don't know if I can or not. And to be honest with you, we don't need to. We already know the TCL. So anyway, there's we need 2 wooden. And the thing said that they were laying all over the place in here. Wooden plates is what we're looking for. Why do I not see a single wooden plate where I need wooden plates? Anyway, they say go in here. Go into this room right here. And this right here. You unlock the old wooden door that requires a key. You can't get in there. But what you can do is, apparently, is you can use a wooden plate. So you drop the wooden plate. I did such a great job of dropping the wooden plate that I lost the goddamn wooden plate. What are we going to do with a normal plate? Let's just take a stack of normal plates. I'm dropping these things and they're disappearing. Alright, so we're not going to do that. TCO. There we go. It's called the Ebony Blade. Right there. One-handed. And... I'm going to read this. It is hoped that only people have access to this room should be the Jarl of Whiterun. And his wizard. If anyone else is reading this, please understand the magnitude of your folly. Turn around and never speak of this room or this blade to anyone. It has corrupted and perverted the desires of great men and women, yet its power is without equal. It to kill while your victim smiles at you. Only a Daedra most foul could have concocted a malevolent and twisted weapon. It appears that all who wield it end up with the crazed eyes of wild men who roam the hills chattering with rabbits. Woe to thee who take this sword. So, woe to me. Or as Joey Lawrence would say, whoa. Alright, so now, let's see what we got here. Where is it? Where is it? Ebony Blade. Okay, so we're going to click on this. And then we're going to save it. Now, are we wild-eyed and crazy? I don't know, we can't see ourselves. But now we've got a psycho sword. Anyway, what you're supposed to be able to do is just like stick wooden plates up against the wall, and as you push on the wall, it eventually caves and allows you to walk into that room through a wall hack, and then from there you have you do whatever it is that you want to do with it, with the sword, that is. All right, now we need Riften.
Take you to another. Where do you want to go?
Riften.
Climb back
and we'll be off.
Oh, steady.
Down $36 billion on the day. Bitcoin trading at 68,974. Nice rally yesterday, obviously. Good to see Bitcoin get a little bit of recovery, a little bit of positivity. You always want to see that, of course. This guy's going to try to shake me down.
Before I let you in, for the privilege of entering the city, call it what you want. You don't pay,
all right.
Then you're... I think you'd be a little smarter than that. It's
but
been a pleasure
cost me
doing
100 gold.
Let me open the gate, and you can head into
to get into Riften.
Gate's unlocked. You can head inside when you're ready.
But now that I'm here, it's triggered. I can now fast travel here, so that's important.
Careful. Riften's not the safest place for a night.
Shut up, Arnold. Oh, by the way, there is a guy in this game. I don't want to tell you what the mod quest is because I don't remember it exactly. But there is a mod quest in here, and I'm pretty sure that I have it installed. And we'll eventually run into it, where one of the guys that you go rescue is like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's like, "Get to the chopper, do it now." Like, it really uses the Schwarzenegger voice. And he's like, "Hey, I want to thank all of you for coming to rescue me." And just, you know, going crazy with his Austrian accent is really, really funny. And they lean into it, by the way. They absolutely lean into it with his voice. Like, it is hilarious. Like, when he gets injured or something, you hear like, "Ah!" I mean, clearly I don't do Schwarzenegger voices. Or if I do, I get maybe kind of close. But I don't have his cadence or anything down. I don't practice and try to talk like Schwarzenegger. But, I mean, I assume if I did, I'd probably figure it out, given enough time. And, you know, just practice and practice and practice. Get to the chopper. And all that kind of bullshit. Ancient Nord bow. Oh, you know what? No, we want to see what this ebony blade is going to do. Come on, sucker. Ooh, one shot. One shot again. I must be in the front row. Let's take her arrows as well. And lockpick. Alright, so this is the last piece to open up the Dragonborn Museum. I think it's actually pretty easy. I think we just walk in. The piece is like right around the corner. We have to kill 1, 2, 3 people. Like it's not even a lot. Don't go that way because there's a trip right there that'll unlock and cause these guys to wake up early. And what you want is a tiny little bit of an advantage here by before they see you, wax that booty. Wax that booty. Wax. Now we're going to save our level up there for just a second. Here we go. Yeah, we want to save our level up right there because the boss is up here. Boss is a little bit stronger than the rest of them. So we want to get a few shots in before he puts the hammer down. Barbarian armor. You know what? Let's take that. The Battle of Sancretor. Darkest Darkness. You know what? The one thing that I forgot is you can pay people to level up, and before I level up the next level, I need to go to Faendal, I think his name is. Faendal is an archer. There it is. That's the hammer. We now have everything we need to... Oh, Leafnar. We need to let his wife know that he's dead. And then there's that over there. And we don't... Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, you also... It's easier, faster, I should say, if you're... Instead of doing it the old-fashioned way, if you just do this and you hit it like 7 times, it's a lot faster to mine. Not in every circumstance, because you can't reach every one of them in every circumstance, but 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. So you get 9 swipes, which go pretty quickly. So you can mine about 50% faster, by the way. So just in case you're looking to mine a little bit faster, that's the way that you do it. Alright, so there. Now, we're going to go open up the Dragonborn Museum. Which allows us to just dump off all of our stuff. There we have it. Okay, so Bitcoin seems to be moving. Like, it really wants to keep going, and it wants to break out. So whatever's going on right now in the market makers, the, you know, whoever it is. Yeah, Bitcoin's ripping right now. 69,300. We're starting to get some money coming back into the market. We're getting a big candle right now over the last couple of minutes. So I don't know if that means that we're actually going to break out or anything like that, but
a person of your caliber who can dedicate, and you have proven
can certainly get bought, get sold out and dunked back down very, very rapidly. Like, you know, not saying there's a recovery even happening at this point. We're going to minimize this for a second, though, and we're going to pull the chart up just to kind of look at it and get an idea of where it is right there. So go to the 5-minute here, and if you see, like, we seem to be in a slow-moving sort of uptrend. Doesn't mean that the market is in an uptrend. We need a longer time frame to confirm an uptrend. But, you know, if you just kind of zoom out here and we look at, there's the pivot right there. So from our real pivot right there to the break, it came down to the 618, perfect retracement. Then it ran back up to 236. You can see that right there. Now the next move should be a break to the downside, but Bitcoin doesn't really do that all the time. Bitcoin seems to have that mind of its own, if you will. So we could be looking at a break back up to that 71, 72 range. We need 74,000. Like, I think that's the next level that we really need to get to, 74,000, before, you know, anything starts to happen. So let's see what goes on. Ethereum is up 0.35% on the day. Solana is up, dead even, really. Not really up, I shouldn't say. I don't think that's fair. And then everything else is just still kind of, you know, ranging and meandering. Accelerate still seems to be moving to the positive. Let's take a quick look over here at our DGen Playhouse. Fiat down 15-16%. By the way, I had some people reach out to me that got in at 0.008, and they made some really good money off of Fiat. Again, I don't know that it's going to run from 1 cent to 2 cent. Like, I don't know. The reason that I don't know, by the way, is, let me point it out on the chart here so that you guys can see it, is you see that cell, those cells right there? So if you go back and you look at, like, down here, you got 2059, no. FCF3, no. C1F7, no. That's 23 hours. That's 40 hours. Okay, here we go. FFC8, right here. 500 sold, 500 sold, 500 sold. I think that's the guy. 500, 500, 500. Yeah. Right here. Like, this one's been selling out a lot over the last bunch of days. So, and then AC76 might be another one. No, FCF8 is that one. It was when we got up here into the 12s, right there. Yeah, right here in the 12 sort of range. This is where we really got E76, E82. 2 days ago? Might be 2 days ago. Anyway, my point is that there was, yeah, at 8AE2 right here. This one seems to be selling out pretty strong. Yeah, this one seems to be selling out pretty strong. Anyway, so there was some, there you go. Look at that. This person has been buying and selling on these charts like crazy. Buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling. So, you know, stuff like that. You know, I don't know. That's clear. Anyway, I'm looking for a break. I'm looking for a break to 2 cents. But, you know, it's got to be from this range right here. You know, that does look like the spot, and it looks like to me that this thing wants to rip, you know, right up into that range right there. There's some risk involved, like, you know, anything else, but it could rip. And by the way, the reason that I say that is, look at this. Once it hit that 1 cent spot, it ran up to 2 cents, 2.5 cents. And then it did the same thing over here to 2 cents. Then it did the same thing over here to 2 cents. It actually went up to 3 cents in that spot. The market conditions were better. Market conditions were more favorable. But every time it comes down here into this range, you seem to get a strong bounce. You know, you still have to consider that it's breaking down a little bit, and you still have to be able to buy the bottom. You know, we're still looking at that. So I'm looking for, if this breaks down just a tiny bit more, then I think I want to become a buyer and I want to flip deeply into it. You know what I mean? Because it seems like a good chance for like a break. You know what I mean? Like, it's a nice little breakout here. So we'll see what happens there. All right, now back to our regularly scheduled Orion Morellis. Here we go. Dragon Rising. by the light of the moon. So we're good. Now we're going to go in here. He's going to start walking around. He's going to give you the tour. He calls it the 10 Septim tour. We don't need that. We're going to put our paintings up. We're going to come over here. We're going to take the barber, because that's one that goes into the category. He's also got a book in his room. Right over here. Yeah, the Lens of Truth. We'll take that. And then I don't know if we have more. We'll take that. Now we'll go over here and we will wham. And then just boom, preparation table. It's going to take out all the items that I have in my inventory that can be displayed in here. And boom. Then, you see here, by the way, this is going to be funny. You see how it's just kind of bland and stuff like that? You can actually go down in the basement in the Legacy of the Dragonborn. And Christmas decorations have been enabled. Now, when you come back up, remember, it was completely bland. There was nothing that you could see. There was no light. There was no anything. There was no decoration. And now, you got colorful decorations all over the rooms right now. It gives it a little more festive sort of appearance. And by the way, you can stack your decorations. There's springtime decorations. There's springtime, Christmas, and Halloween. So you can help yourself to whichever ones you want. And then once this display thing is done, then we just put 19 items for display. All right. So now the next step is we have to unlock this door, which is our safe house. I don't know what it takes to get the key. But it definitely comes from Orion. And there's the Curator's Guide. Anytime you need to figure out what's going on, where he is, any stuff like that. Like, for example, go to the book, Curator's Guide. And yes, we want to find Orion. He's in the Hall of Heroes. The Hall of Heroes is this open area. I'm being quiet because I'm listening for his voice. Alright, he is not in the Hall of Heroes. This is the Hall of Heroes. He is not here. He went to bed. Son of a bitch. Lazy.
Oh, you're here.
Anything new for me?
Yes, I have in fact been researching the location of an artifact of interest.
Search the Jarl's Longhouse for an artifact known as the Ancient Nordic Amulet of whatever.
Farewell, my friend.
Alright, so let's go to Jarl Longhouse. By the way, we have 245 items in my inventory, which means that I am about to be, anyway, just completely overloaded. So, if we go and take this little journey here to the Jarl's Longhouse. It's in Falkreath, which is going to make it pretty easy. Because Falkreath doesn't put up defenses or fortify or anything like that. So, climbing back and we'll be off.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climbing back and we'll be off. Couldn't ask for better weather.
Couldn't ask for better weather. There's snow on the ground, you asshole. You know what? During this whole thing, I got here and forgot what I was looking for to begin with, which was Feindal in Riverwood, because I wanted to level up 5 levels of archery, which you can do. You just have to pay for the skill. So, because I'm a moron. Alright, so we're going to sneak. He is asleep, so we're good to go. Alright, that moves a lot. That moves a lot. Boom. That's the pro stylings right there. Wham. Let's see what he's got in his inventory. Nothing that we can take. Got to level up pickpocket before I can start messing with people. Otherwise, by the way, you hit F5 to save. So if you hit F5 to save the game, and then you do something and you get messed up on it, then you just hit F9 and it just refreshes back to your last save. So just a little shortcut that you can use to make stuff easier. So now we're heading back. We got Orion's. We got what we needed from Orion. Now we need to go to Riverwood because we're gonna level up archery just a little bit. And it's 3 in the morning, so we're gonna sit down. Take ourselves to noon in the afternoon. Damn. Guy in Dev Rangers dogging Austin right now. Because he said that moment when Austin slipped up and said January of 2025 for the announcement. By the way, it's February of 2026, so you could not have been more off on your when is the announcement coming narrative. Oh, there's Faendal right there. Train me better in archery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, now we're trained up in archery. Now we level up. Now we get more stamina. Now we get more stamina. Now we get more archery, which is, we want critical shot, or do we want... Pressing block while aiming will zoom in your view. That's what we want right there. And then we want 10% critical. Giggity. Alright, so now we've got level 31 archery. Probably should have leveled up twice. You know. Probably should have done that every single time. Just to... Those are the ways that you can fast track some of your... You know, just in case you use... just in case you do something silly. Like try to level slow. Remember, I used add item and I added 100,000 gold at the beginning of the game. So what is the money for if it's not to spend? And there's no value on it or anything like that. We're not playing in survival mode.
Yes.
But we found the ancient Nord thing. Wait a minute. I'm not done talking to you.
I'll go ahead and display it.
Walk away from me.
Ah, my friend.
What's next?
Very simple. You keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing.
If you find anything interesting, have a look around and find a spot to display it. I will commission and build exhibit. Anything of relevant consequence can be inspiring. Well, here in the Hall of Heroes, the Daedric Gallery, and the Hall of Lost Empire, the armories you can display. If you bring some samples of flora and fauna, you can build fauna displays and plant the flora.
Okay, so now we're in business here. Every once in a while when you come in here, by the way, he'll hunt you down and find you, and he'll tell you that he got a weapon from somebody, and it's usually these right here: the Stendar Hammer, the Skull Crusher, the Grave Digger, the Thornblade, the Cleaver of St. Felms, the Grimseaver, Grontonch Fist, Targe of the Blooded, and the Gildergreen Aegis. Like, it seems like those are the ones that he always gets first. And in the meantime, everything else, basically, you go out and hunt for. Meet Irilith near the Western Watchtower is the next portion, and then that's going to be where we end. So, We're going to pop over there. Because we do want to show off. We want to be, you know, we want people to see, yeah, we are the Dragonborn, biatch. And we can't show off unless we show off. So, let's go show off. You know what I should have done, though? I should have leveled up heavy armor. I don't know who does heavy armor. But I should have done that because that helps me burst run. Because my burst run right now is pretty slow. Because I'm... Oh, you know what? I'm using heavy armor. I should be using light armor.
No signs of any dragon right now. It sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks...
She's got the elven hawk bow. Well, we gotta steal that from her ass.
We've got to figure out what happened. And if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for some...
Ebony blade, ancient Nord bow. This is what we're looking for. We want the ancient Nord bow. Alright, so now... Again, if you haven't seen this and you're just watching because you're bored or whatever, then I'll show you what happens here. Just basically an active cutscene right now. We're looking for a dragon because the dragon destroyed all this stuff right here. This is why it's on fire and all that kind of shit. So we get up to the top, and then right up here, there it is. The dragon's up in the air, headed this way. Got him once. Now we got to get down here to let him. You know, we need some distraction there. Shit. He is wilding out. Where is he? Just ate some dude. Alright, we need steel arrows. A little bit stronger. Yikes. Holy Shazbot.
You're already dead.
Alright. Looks like he's settling. Yeah, he's settling now. Alright. So, he's been beaten up enough that he's now weaker and he can't fly. So looks like he's trapped on an architecture piece. So easy death now. And waka waka.
Let's make sure that overgrown lizard is really dead.
Let's take everything. And now, from Bleak Falls Barrow, I got Unrelenting Force, which was the first one. That was Foos, for my Foos Roda. And now, I have Unrelenting Force. and I've learned it. Now, there it is. Hilarious every time you do it. He says,
I'm glad you're on our side. I can't believe it. In the very... That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb... Yes.
I think you may be right.
You can shout
I
now.
am a little dragony and a little born. So, yeah. Kneel before Zod. You know what I'm saying? Kneel before Zod. Oh, one of the companions. Remember the companions, the werewolves? One of those companions is a heavy armor guy. Dovahkiin. That is the Dragonborn word. That's the dragon word for Dragonborn. Dovahkiin. But I think Farkas, that guy that we saw, I think he does heavy armor. So I think if we can get up here and get ourselves a little bit of... where are we at here on skills? Yeah, we're not doing very well on the skill portion right there. But we have some gold, so we can use the gold to make some golden earrings, which will help us level a little bit faster. So we can rip over here. No. We've got some interesting armors here that we can use, like light armors that we could use early on. But there should be golden earrings. Immersive armor should be in here, and it's not. So that's going to make things a little bit more difficult. So let's go to iron. Iron arrows. I can make some iron arrows. Yeah. Some firewood.
Got some good pieces out here. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Let's take those. Let's take those. And let's take those.
Don't forget to check inside.
We're looking for someone in white. A woman. She's like.
And that's the Red Guard woman.
We are not welcome here in Whiterun, so we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything.
All right, so we got that. Now we need to come over here and get this guy out of the way.
Stupid dog.
Finish up, old man. There he goes. He's done. Alright, so that's 6, so oh, now we have too much. So since we're already overburdened, we're gonna grab a few more since it's not gonna affect us running or anything like that, so you want me to follow up on these rumors for you? I'll look into these rumors for you. I wonder what quest I'm taking here. The Valley Beyond. Travel to the Druidoc Valley. This right here is one of the most annoying parts of this game, is when you get overburdened and you don't have like major carry pots. And you have some where you can carry a lot of, you know, like you can, with alchemy, you can create carry potions that allow you to carry a bunch of items. So that possibility exists. Otherwise, you get stuck in this slow mode. You can't fast travel. You can't do anything. Like, you're just, like, walking. Oof. Which is what we normally do in life, obviously. But Jesus Christ, like, nobody wants to do that in a stupid video game. Like, there we go. Alright. So... now we're a little bit faster. We got a bunch of arrows. Kind of shitty arrows, but arrows nonetheless. Let's see if we can make this better. Ancient bow, we can make it a little bit better. Wazakashi, we can make better. Alright, so we're not going to be able to do that. Alright, well, we've got what we wanted. What we wanted originally was... The devil goats are kind of a pain in the ass.
You have the eyes of a trained marksman.
Mister, could you spare a coin?
I don't have any coins, you little bitch. Could you imagine if Jeffrey Epstein played Skyrim and he just adopted all the kids in the game? How crazy would that be? He's just like, I play the game,
Good.
but you know.
Finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you. I serve Jarl Balgruuf. Of course, it's all in this note.
Oh, there's the Bow of Shadows. Ooh, shit. Yes.
So what happened at the watchtower? I knew I could count on Dragonborn. So it's true. Masters.
Yeah, graybeards, 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 graybeards.
Really are Dragonborn.
Did you hear the thundering
They
sound? Did you
teach you
return
how
to
to
Whiterun?
use.
Steward's note. While this is happening right here, we're going to go to the steward's note.
Your gift.
That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least.
Hrothgar or
Not since
Hrothgar?
Tavis himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, what, Dragonborn?
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Rongar, don't be so hard on Avenich.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeard's business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it.
Ooh.
If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately.
Hrothgar.
There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, you know.
I envy
Climb
you.
the 7,000 steps again.
I envy you being
I
able to
ain't
climb
built this
stairs.
once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very
What kind of wackadoo
peaceful
shit is
place.
that?
Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service. By my right as Jarl.
Thanks,
I name
dog.
you Thane of... I assign you... I'll also... We are back to business.
Now.
Momentous. We still have a city to defend.
I got some new property here. Her name is Lydia. Doesn't matter. I own her now. Follow me. I need your help. Be quiet. Don't talk to me. Heifer. Wait.
I'm right behind you. I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Well, then shut up and carry my burdens. I don't need you talking about it. Sword of Whiterun? No. We're going to give her my steel armor. Oh, she's already wearing steel armor. This is not going to improve anything, I don't think. So we're going to give it to her. 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 Ladies. And then we're going to wear
you lead, I'll follow.
the barbarian stuff. We look ridiculous. That's awesome.
By Izmir, you did it. You killed the dragon.
Looks like I run a little bit longer with light armor.
There has been talk amongst the gods that you are dragon.
There's been talk amongst the gods that you are dragon. Alright, well that's it. We're going to go work out now. We'll go ahead and stop that. And then we'll go ahead and stop the stream. Guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Looking for the market to rebound. I don't know. I don't think we're in a bullish pattern yet. I think we're still bearish. I think we're still heading down. There's probably going to be some more. There's no, we don't get a rate cut for until March. Tuesday, the banks and Coinbase and a couple different people are going to be talking about the next markups in the crypto bill, the Crypto Bill Clarity Act. The provisions that are causing problems right now is that the banks, I don't know why, by the way, the banks are involved here, but the banks are at the table and they do not want yield bearing on stablecoins. They don't want yield bearing on stablecoins because if that happens, then people will put their money in stablecoins and they will earn interest. And if they do that, then they won't put their money in banks and not earn any interest. And then the banks can't have lots of money to make interest off of and lend to you. So I don't know why the banks are involved, but they are involved. And because they are, that's what's going on and that's what's happening. So, we'll see whether or not there's anything to that, but who knows? It's not financial.